Alright, so this is the basic infantry training. It's the first course we provide to you guys when you join LOTC. It gives a couple tips on how we play tactically, some squad comps, and some general callouts and whatnot that we like to use in-game. So part one of this course, it's referred to as the 3 C's. It covers composition, cohesion, and communication. And the first part is composition. Um, when you run on a squad, it's extremely important for you to pay attention to what class you are. Each squad should try to maintain a class balance. So like in a 12-man squad, we want to have 4 heavies, 4 medics, 2 engineers, 1 infiltrator, and 1 light assault. And to boil it down in simplest terms, we want every class present in a squad with an emphasis on heavies and medics. So like right now, our squad comp is we have 2 medics, but only 1 heavy. So we want to balance that out a little bit. Right now we're fine because we're doing a training, but if you were in game and you were running live, you would want to pay attention to that. So everyone head over to the terminals, especially the Novicus in the class. We need to build out 2 different kits. So when we actually ask guys to run medics, we like them to run specific types of medics. So when you go up to the terminal, you're going to click on your medic, and you're going to name your first medic class Hard Medic. So in the upper right hand corner, you can click to edit, write Hard Medic, and then click the button or hit enter to save. Once you actually have that accomplished and you've named it Hard Medic, you're going to give yourself the nano regen device. So down below your medical applicator is the ability slot. You want to have nano regen. You want to have nano weave armor, a revive grenade, and you can run auxiliary shield or C4 if you have it. Okay, so this is a hard medic. The hard medic will describe its role later, but for right now, you just need to know that you shoot first and revive second, and your primary job is to run that AoE heal, that nano regen device. And then because you want to try to stay alive, you want to put some certs in your nano weave armor, and because a revive grenade can save an entire squad, you want to run just one of those. Any questions?
I'm gonna have to start
Yeah.
grind a little bit.
So what if you have the grenade handler and you have like 4 revives?
That's going to be the next medic. So the first medic is the hard
Uh,
medic, and again, this is our preferred comp for this particular medic is a primary shooter. You play him more like a heavy. When we show you the next step in terms of the compositions that we load out as, your job is to basically just save that last revive grenade for emergencies. And most of the time, you're going to be shooting as people enter the room and running your AoE heal.
all right, gotcha. Thanks.
Yep, that's a good question. So the next medic, which will answer your question, go to your 2 slot. This one's going to be called a soft medic. So again, you're going to go to the top, you're going to call it a soft medic, and the loadout is going to be different in terms of the ability slot is going to be the shield recharge field. We call it the bubble. Okay, so this particular build is a cert magnet. When we run as a tight squad and we're doing point holds and stuff, this is the one that usually is top of leaderboard with no kills because of the scores that they can generate. So you're going to get the shield recharge, which we call the bubble. You're going to run the grenade bandolier, revive grenades, and med kits. This medic is primarily they revive. That's what they do. Okay, they're going to put down their bubble, they're going to play to the back, and they're always going to make sure their bubble's up. When they're not maintaining their bubble, they're running heals on the people who are playing. So they're either going to be reviving with their revive tool, or they're going to be healing with their revive tool, or if it's a heavy wipe at a different location, they're going to be throwing out a revive grenade. And as they take damage, they're going to be using their med kit. So you are revive first, shoot second. So a hard medic is shoot first, revive second, and a soft medic is revive, heal, and then shoot. One of the very useful utilities on your medic, which does cost 1,000 certs, so we don't expect people to have it, but it's something to work towards, is the hunter crossbow. And you would equip your hunter crossbow with detect bolts. And what the detect bolts do is they shoot out passive bolts. You can see on the map as I shoot them. That just give you eyes. They don't last very long. But as a soft medic, since your job is primarily healing and staying in cover, you can shoot these bad boys out and pick up certs for people being spotted on the map. It's an extremely useful secondary on a soft medic. Okay, so that's our hard and soft medics. Now we're going to do 2 others. And I'm sorry, someone said they had to still spec out their medic. Who was that?
That's me.
Okay, so Space, what did you need to build out more in?
I just need to get some revive grenades and grenade bandolier.
Got it. So that's for soft medic. So hard medic, you don't need the bandolier. You just need 1 revive grenade. So you might want to start playing more of the hard medic. Even if you don't like medic, don't worry about it as much. But
I'm a heavy main.
yeah. So don't overdo it. Like if you have certs that you can put somewhere else, that's okay. We definitely have a lot of medics who like to play medic. But if you're gonna do medic, I would start with the actual revive tool and your armor, because even if like the nano weave, even if you're running a hard medic with frag grenades, that's still acceptable.
Yeah, I have nano weave. I have applicator 3. I have regen vice 3, and I have philosophry and regeneration.
Cool. And then, so yeah, just as you get the certs, as you go up in rank, you're going to have points where you're like, well, I don't know where to put this. That's where we would like you to put it. The medics in our squads are like, we have really good medics, and it's a key component of our squad play.
Yeah, definitely.
So the next thing is the engineers. Okay, so engineers, you're going to do, the first one is going to be called a turret engineer. So go ahead and set that up. And the way the turret engineer is going to be is your default weapon is the anti-infantry mana turret. Everyone has it. So it's a very simple tool for us to ask our engineers to have. So you're going to equip that.
You mean ability?
Ability, yeah. I'm not sure what I said. Ability is going to be the anti-infantry mana turret. The suit is going to be default flak armor, or you can start speccing out nano weave. Flak armor is great because when you're locked down on your turret and you're doing your job right, they're going to be needing to throw grenades at you to kill you because you're going to be suppressing them so bad. So flak armor, which is already max, is a great utility slot for a turret engineer. Sticky grenades are nice. Frag grenade is also acceptable, which is already a default. And for your fourth slot, you can go auxiliary shield. But bouncing betties are also appreciated if you have them. Same with tank mines, because before you get locked in on your turret, you're going to be throwing down your ammo pack. You can throw down your carryables if you have any, and then you're going to set yourself up for the point hold by locking yourself down on your turret. And again, your primary job is to stay on your turret and to suppress the enemy. Now, while we're on this guy, underneath your universal camo slots, so it says camo selection, and right underneath it, it says engineer certs. Do you guys see that? So you're going to go ahead right down, right where your feet are of your character, click on engineer certs, and in here are a whole bunch of other certs that aren't as easy to locate. And under engineer ability slot, so it's like the 4th tab down, you can see your ammo pack and your anti-infantry mana turret. These are both things you can actually increase. The ammo pack at max level, I believe, lets you put down 2 ammo packs and increases the actual range people can reload from those packs. And your anti-infantry turret, as you build that out, it reduces the heat.
Hey, we can use some more reinforcements in.
Oh, I didn't know that existed. Thank you.
We're about to cap the base.
I
We just
forgot
need
I
a few
have
more parties here.
command on.
We're already here.
Wait, were you talking in
I
command?
just redeployed
No,
my
I'm
over
recording and I have command on.
Oh. Oh, that's gonna be nice. Well, cool. I got my assault rifles on my engineer then, and I can play that when we play.
Alright, so that is the turret engineer, okay? And the turret engineer's job is to lock down on the turret. We'll explain that in the next section. The next one is the repair engineer. and this is going to be the last comp we actually build out. So the repair engineer is an engineer which focuses on repairing. Okay, that's the primary job. When we pull maxes, this is the way you're going to pull your repair engineer. Sometimes this same engineer would be used more for covering back doors. And if you don't have maxes, you would change out the one component of the repair engineer. So typically what we prefer, and we know people won't probably have it right away, is on a repair engineer, we like the Spitfire turret. We like the Spitfire auto turret because it acts as like a motion sensor, and again, we'll cover that in a moment. Hard light barrier works as well. But when you're running armor and you need to repair, if you throw down a Spitfire turret, it'll protect you from C4 fairies. It comes in handy in a lot of ways. So again, the repair engineer in squad play is there for maxes, but during vehicle play, this is what you play. You pull this guy, and you're going to be able to like repair your stuff. Flak armor is fine. Mine carrier is better because you're going to be moving around sometimes as a driver, and you can throw down mines to get nice little kills. Your grenade is as important.
Clear command. We are giving up the tech
You're going to
to
use
a pale wannabe Zerg.
nano repair grenades. So you're going to want to unlock those repair grenades. And sometimes instead of mine carrier, I even run grenade bandolier. So again, the key component of this is that you're going to be focusing on repairs if there are maxes or if you're doing vehicle pulls, which would mean repair grenades and bandolier. If you are not focusing on that, then you're going to switch over to something more useful like flak or nano weave or even mine carrier, and you're going to bring mines. So I know that was kind of a lot. And again, in here, you can go into engineer certs, and under, where are you? Under engineer ability Spitfire auto turret. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 6th one down. You can actually increase the number of Spitfires you can carry. So by default, when you unlock the Spitfire turret, you can only carry one. And once you put it down, you have to like redo it.
Yeah, we were up K&A was
But
about
if
to go
you
do that, but I
update
guess
that,
we can go
you
get
can have 2 and up to 3 of
Crossroads
those
just to
in
piss
your
him off a
slot.
little
And
bit.
so once one is destroyed, you can put down another one. Any questions on that? And the very last little part here, which is probably one of the more important components of the way we play, is if you hit P and go into squad certs, at the very bottom it says logistics and it says spawn beacon. You need to unlock your spawn beacon. Your spawn beacon is 30 certs minimum to start, and at max, which is 500 certs total, what you do is when you put down the beacon, and let's say Vex uses my beacon, by having it at max, I reduce the timer between the second use. So he uses it once and he comes down and then he dies again. If I have it maxed and he dies and goes to reuse it, the amount of time that the delay is before he can use it again is decreased. So we definitely require 30, but if you can put more certs into it in squad play, it's really handy because we do a lot of squad passing for the beacon to keep us in game. And we just want everyone to unlock their beacon. And so, Novicus, do you have any questions about the beacon?
How specifically do you deploy it?
There you go. That's what I was hoping one of you would ask. So when you are the squad leader...
Maybe it would be best to give him lead and show him that way.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
There you go.
So when you're the squad leader, if you look at your drill downs, so like change weapons. When you change your weapon, it'll show on the right-hand side all of the equipped items you have. And
It'll be at the bottom.
it'll be at the bottom of your list. So as a heavy, it'll be number 4, I believe. And it'll be a
He's got
little
it.
thing that you've never seen before. Right? And I don't think you can do it in the warp gate. But then what you would do is you would look down at the ground. It'll turn green when you're outside, and you can just put it down.
Pop up sudden. Put it down out
think
here.
you can
He
pop
can do
it.
it.
Right here.
Sure.
Yeah, do it. And then it pops up with this glowing blue things. And the one on the other factions are different colors.
And then we can all spawn on that. Now, what I want you to do, Space, is you can pass the lead back to me. So hit P, and then Big Grump, you can hit the arrow and promote to squad lead. what happened to your beacon?
It went away.
It went away. So when you're past squad lead for beacon, you do not pass lead back until your beacon is dead. If someone destroys your beacon, then we pass lead. But if you become squad lead and then you put down beacon and you pass it right back, the beacon is gone. Okay, so it's extremely important that you hold on to squad lead while you have beacon down. All right? Does that make sense?
Perfect sense.
Cool. Okay, so right now we are going to start doing a little more interactive stuff. That was like this is what our kits are. I don't have a building, dude.
Shoot. Yeah, Indar doesn't have them. You gotta go out. Like, Copper Ravine has both buildings. So I'll get you a gal, if you want.
So everyone hit their U keys, and those of you who don't already know, when Vex pulls his gal, after you hit your U key in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see the vehicle. It'll say Vex and the vehicle, and you can spawn right into it. So the next part that we're going to be doing, go ahead and spawn into the gal direct. What we're going to be doing is...
Building.
I don't know this base. I need a powerhouse. That's a powerhouse. Everybody drop.
Drop. I'll land on triple stack.
And actually, you know what? Follow one. Follow one. Keep following one. We're going to do something first. Keep following one. This base messed me up. Follow. You're doing good. Okay, so we're a cohesive outfit. We run together as a squad, we play together, and we form up and move as a group. So what we're going to do is a simple tactic. I'm going to be in the lead, everyone get behind me. Falling behind me. Normally I would be a heavy. I was just doing the squad comp setups. So this particular tactic is called a march. March is when we move across open terrain. Is that an enemy Sunday?
What in the heck?
Rockets. Bubbles up on Grump. Hold for revive.
What?
Revive's out. So that right there is how you kill a Sunderer. Alright, so now everybody come on back on Big Grump. That was good.
Totally planned.
That was good.
Rocket launcher.
Alright, so that's similar to what a march is, actually. So what a march is you're in open field and something like that happens. You immediately go into playing. Heavies put rockets downfield. Medics, like I threw my bubble up. Medics let you know where the bubble is, because right now I'm playing a soft medic. Hard medics, if they're carrying C4, do exactly what I think Gaming did, which is a rush in with their C4. We go aggressive against the armor with the soft medics playing passive to throw the revive grenades and manage the heals after the deaths. So that's typically what a march is. We normally do it in a formation. So as we run towards the building in front of us, we're going to go to the waypoint. I want you to move across the map, and I want you to be mindful of your number on the map. When you're moving in a march formation, you're spread out. You're off the shoulder, right or left of the guy in front of you. If you're in the front, and which is normally a heavy, your job is to crouch so that the guys behind you can shoot.
The tech plant.
Medics
Vehicles.
stay towards the middle.
Armor liberators in the
Other
distance.
classes go forward and back.
What about
And,
armor?
In this recording, people will get to see what command's like, so that's cool.
Okay,
All
we
right, so
gotta
come
shut
on,
down
follow
the
me.
entire-
Follow one.
I know. Yeah, I'm sending a.
And
a
usually
group
we
of
do like a
freeers over
double
there.
tap on our orders, so we'll repeat it twice. And hold up, you guys are way bunched up.
Please.
Can you see your number on the map? So just peek at your mini map. We don't want to be C4 bait. Now we're going to do a breach.
Take your own reavers,
Everyone stack
K&A.
up to either side
It's
of the
about
door.
to hit tech plant in about 30 seconds.
Wrong button.
Sorry.
There's air at Tower. I see air. So you will engage them in the air.
So that's good. All right, so on a breach, what we're going to do is shoddy. Okay, so on a breach, typically the heavies and the
51st is
infiltrator
prepared
will handle the breach. And the way the breach works is we always lead with grenades. The EMP grenade is usually the first thing to go through the door, as long as we have EMP grenades. Do we have EMP grenades?
Shoddy.
Sorry, no.
Okay.
My count so
So if we
far
don't
is
have
four
EMP
bodies.
grenades, we
One.
just don't have them. So that is like a huge tool
concussion.
that an infiltrator
One
brings to a fight
galaxy.
that can clean a point.
Four
You won't
Mozzie,
kill
one
them,
galaxy.
but
Five
you will wipe
Mozzie,
out
one
their
galaxy.
shields, blow up their deployables, and give us the ability to then throw our other frag grenades and get very quick kills because their shields will be wiped out. And then when we breach the room, we have the advantage. So the way a breach works is you stack up, you don't give anyone a shot. Go ahead, Space.
I have a concussion. Is that
Totally
serious?
acceptable. Yes, absolutely. So you would have your heavies basically form up on the corners. And actually, Space, let's have you do it. Come stand where Grump is. And I want you to practice. I want you to start your grenade animation and then finish your throw in the doorway. So it takes a little bit of practice. That was good. Okay, so it made it to the bottom of the stairs. We want it up by the second floor stairs. Can you throw another one and try to get it up by that door?
I'm fresh out of grenade.
All right, no problem. So you guys can watch. So you're going to start your animation from cover. Oh, that was awful. You're going to start your animation from cover. It's hard because I'm doing push to talk and trying to move it at the same time. And then you're going to whip your grenade around the corner. Okay, and this particular corner is a little rough. So you might even start from this side. And you want to get back in cover as quick as possible. Now, while this is happening, the soft medics are putting down their shield bubble to provide support for everyone who's crouched in this doorway. And no one's shooting. We're just waiting, right? Everyone else is covering from behind, making sure nobody's coming in on us. We throw those grenades. It's about 4 seconds, probably even less. And the lead heavy, after his grenade goes off, he's going to get a red indicator that's going to say it went off. Then he calls breach. And once you breach, you're going to split into the bottom floor, and you're going to be shooting up towards the top floor to clear out the guys that are up there. Soft medics come in from behind with anticipation of revive grenades. So you guys are going to go in. Some of you might die. The revive grenade's going to go off. You're going to get back up. And as that's all happening, the support classes, not heavies, engineers, and medics, are going to start laying down fire at that upper floor. And I would say probably 8 times out of 10, we clear that whole upper section. So we're just going to pretend, right? So I throw my grenade, I say breach, and then everyone moves into the room. And lay down some fire up towards there. If we're in here, you take cover, right? So I like where Shoddy is. If you don't have cover, you're just basically, like a heavy should be out here with the shield going and basically be the target. Everyone's going to be shooting at the heavy. The heavy's going to be ADSing or ADing. And everyone else is just going to be laying down fire and getting those kills in. And then the heavy's going to go aggressive, charge up the stairs. And on a powerhouse, you're usually going to restack. So you're going to do a second stack right here. Totally on this corner. The heavy's going to put his grenade in. He's going to call another breach. Everyone's going to move into the room and do a clear. Okay, and so in this particular building, it's a 2-point breach. It's usually breach the first part, come up the stairs, and breach the second part. In most scenarios, you probably have a full platoon up here. You have like a squad and a half on this, what we call the triage, the short hallway, and you have maybe a squad in here. And if you can do this properly, you typically clear this room. What's the most important class to kill?
Medics.
Medics.
Okay.
Okay, you are always shooting medics because they do not have a spawn other than their medic. They might have a beacon on the roof, they might have a beacon somewhere else, but even that takes time. The primary thing that we need to get rid of are their medics. Once we kill their medics, we can pick off the rest of them and have a much easier fight on our hands. Alright?
Except if they're max crashing.
They will not be max crashing because that's a breach. So a breach is what we just did, and we would do that with our maxes. So this is a point hold. This would be them on a point hold and us breaching into them. If they have maxes with them, yeah, maxes matter, but again, if you're killing a max, what's the most primary target?
Medic, because it can revive max.
Engineer. Okay, so that was the right kind of answer, but a medic takes a long time to revive a max. If anything, if you see a medic reviving a max, you better kill him because he is taking, a ton of time trying to revive that max, and he's not even socially aware of you. He is just locked in. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
All right. So again, the engineer is more important because they usually have a pocket engineer, and that's cool gaming. All right, so that's breach. And again, a lot of this is, the fight is organic. It's always moving. It's always changing. These are the core rules. They could shift. They can change. We just came in through the downstairs doors. Sometimes you're going to come through the short stairs. Come over to Grump. These are the short stairs. We call them the short stairs because they're short. Okay, we have other names for them on occasion, but these are the short stairs. These stairs over here are the long stairs. Because they're long.
Convict?
Right to left, it's door 1, 2, and 3. And then in the next room, we have double backs, because there's 2 doors, and we call them double backs.
Huh?
What?
I thought it was left to right.
What did I
Left
say?
to right is 1, 2, and 3.
Did I say
You
left?
said
I
right
said
to
right
left.
to left. Yeah, left to
You
right.
said right to left. It's
Left
left
to
to
right.
right, 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, 3. Left to right.
And you won't be saying those as much.
Yeah, you don't. Even sometimes you'll be in the fight, and you'll be on long stairs, and you'll just say contacts middle. And we're going to get to that in a moment. So now, for the next spot, okay, this last tactic, okay, we're almost done. It's called turtling. So the Roman legion, which is what we're based off of, was notorious for setting up a circle encampment at the end of the night. And they would build up their little wall, and they would put in their spears, and they would be at a camp, but they would be fortified. And they could hold off tons of numbers if they got attacked at night. That is our point hold. It is called a turtle. It's like a little turtle pulling its legs into a shell. And the way we run a turtle, we have enough. We use fire teams. And the way our fire teams for the turtle is typically set up is like this. So everyone take a moment and look at the spades in our squad comp. We run 2 medics, 1 heavy, and 1 anti-infantry turret. That is typically our primary fire team for a point hold. And the way it works is you have a soft medic and a hard medic. Right now I'm a soft medic. You have a anti-infantry turret, a turret engineer, and then you have a heavy. And the way we do it is this lip right here is too close. Do you guys see where Vex is? You guys see how far back he is? Most players play the lip up here. Okay, in Planet Side, you exist in the future when entering a room, and in the past when leaving a room. Okay, it's client side. So what that means is if you are in a fight and you go to duck back into cover, you will die behind cover and you will complain because I died behind cover, but you didn't. On my screen, you were still in front of me. You were ducking back into cover on your screen, but on my screen, your image remained for a couple seconds on my screen so that I was able to shoot and kill you. So if you are at all delayed in cutting back into cover, a portion of yourself is still existing in the past on his screen or her screen, and you will die. So in the same way, you want Peeker's advantage. Peeker's advantage means that we want them to enter the room and expose themselves before they see us. And the way you do that is by sitting further back. If you're up here on the lip and they come around the corner, on their screen they see you before you see them, and they can get a couple shots off. And a good shooter, sorry, I forgot we're not in workgate. A good shooter can get headshots on you and kill you before you even register the fact that you're being shot. Does that concept make sense?
Absolutely.
And it's extremely important to know that. So what we do is the turret engineer sets up his turret. So where are you at, Vex? Get on your turret.
Yeah, I was just getting the gal because it was going to despawn.
It's alright. What's the biggest threat to a lockdown turret engineer? Anybody know?
Grenades.
Snipers. So the biggest nades, well, because you have flak armor, you'll be all right. But the biggest
Anyways.
threat to a lockdown turret engineer is a sniper. They're gonna headshot him, and he's gonna die because he can't move around. Okay, so we're gonna explain just a little bit on how we cover that, and then we're gonna talk about communication. So the way we do this is we have a heavy. So we're gonna have space to the left, pretty much where you are, and go ahead and crouch. And then we can have, who else? Silver, you're fine where you are. So Silver would be the hard medic, okay, in theory. And then Keith would be the soft medic. And the soft medic's job is to lay down the bubble. Everybody turn around and look at my bubble. My bubble isn't covering all of you guys with your shields, okay? And my secondary job would be putting down my darts. Look at your map. See all those darts? The engineer's job would have been to have already put down an ammo pack. There you go. And I can just run off that all night long. And I can just keep throwing down darts, keeping up my bubble, running my heal on you guys, so that you're constantly being healed, okay? Now, while that's all happening, our heavy and our hard medic are giving supportive fire to the turret. When guys enter the room, they're going to see the turret as the biggest threat. And in theory, they should be shooting the turret. And as long as they focus on the turret, the other guys are fine. But if the other guys aren't fine and they die, your soft medic is behind you, ready to do your revives. Now, this is where the heavy comes in, right? So the engineer is on his turret. He's shooting, shooting, shooting. He dies. The heavy's job, Space, turn on your shield and move in front of the turret. Like here. Your job is to stand right there. Yeah, and put your shield on and move around. And when the infiltrator that headshot at Vex starts trying to shoot you, you're going to survive. And then you're going to fall back into cover because I will have already done the revive work. What you would say in that situation is Space, Vex would say down on turret. Space would say covering revive. He'd pop in front of the turret. The soft medic would immediately get the revive off, and everyone would reset. This is very effective. As long as everyone is pointing down range at me. Here, stay where you are. Stay in position. So I go to do a breach. I throw my grenade. I go throw my grenade towards those double doors. I don't even see you guys, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm coming up the stairs. Boom. You guys see that? See where the engagement happens? It's them running up the stairs. It's not them entering the room. It's them coming up the stairs, thinking the stairs are clear, and suddenly looking at a full squad of guys.
I was watching a video. I found a secret about how not to get headshot on this turret.
How?
What you do is don't look down these stairs. Face your gun up here, and these panels right here will protect you from sniper fire, and you can still see enemies and just totally turn your turret over to fire, but nobody can shoot you.
That's good to know.
I was watching a video.
That's useful.
Yeah, so if you know there's enemies coming towards you, but you can't see them, you don't want to get shot by a sniper, so you point your gun up, and they can't shoot you in between. And then when you see enemies coming, you pop and shoot, then pick your gun back up.
That's way good to know.
I like that. I'm gonna do that tonight. Cool. Let's go.
Yeah,
watch the video.
yeah. Another
Forward
useful
momentum.
tool. Another useful tool is the crouching. So, Space, if you stand up, you suddenly have a shot, and if you crouch, you're hidden again. So if somebody's pinging you and you're taking damage, you should be able to crouch and not be taking damage anymore. You need to use the lips on second floor to your advantage. Use those angles. And like the concept of cover in this game matters. And knowing when to actually move back into cover before you need to matters. Because usually once you need to, it's too late. You're already dead. Because you just didn't register that you're dead. Go ahead.
I've been doing good with let me move real quick. Stuff like that.
Yeah, totally. And that works just as much. The only issue is, and again, it's totally feasible and it totally will work. The only issue is being mindful of the fire lane. So if you have another heavy who's a floater, which is a part of our fire team we didn't cover, floater's job is to move around and help with breaches. So if 3 of you are down and your soft medic is like, I need help, breach long stairs, we have another component of our group that's called a floater. The floater's job is to move when breaches are called. So if you're back there and we call, breach long stairs, the floater's going to be here. So if you're over there doing, ADing, you could shoot him in the back of the head by accident. So it's just to be mindful of that. Like your idea works, just don't shoot anybody in the head.
I'm running solo and that's been working, but I'm trying to get more into squad play.
Yeah, and that's what we focus on. So just be mindful of your fire lane. Because when you have 4 guys all shooting downrange, that's a lot of bullets. And the reason why we get so many team kills is because when you run through someone and they're shooting, they're headshotting you and our guns do the most damage. It's just the way it works. So, that is turtling in a nutshell. And you just gotta, guys, remember, you know, when you focus fire, you're all shooting downrange at the same target, and you just wreck them. It's way better than one guy shooting. It's multiple guys shooting. Don't be a spaz. Don't run through someone. Don't go AD crazy. This isn't 1v1. This is squad play, and it's a point hold. So when we're out on marching, you do AD. When we're like in open engagement, you AD. You know, you're going to aim down sights as well. You're going to do whatever you need to do to survive. But when we're on a point hold, it's more of a static positioning where you're holding your section that you're assigned to, and you're trying to lock it down to the best of your ability. And so this leads into the final section, which is communication. Your voice is your weapon, and you have to learn to use it. If you're a medic and you throw a revive grenade, call it out. Okay, because we throw so many revive... So, like, 4 guys will go down, and 4 medics will throw a grenade, and we only need 1 grenade. So if you're a medic and you throw a revive grenade, call it out. You know, just say, you know, Vex is like, I'm down, I need a revive grenade. A medic should say, res grenade out. Anyone should call it out. I'm not throwing a res grenade on you. He did that on purpose. He suicided so I could show it. I'm out. Okay, so if an enemy max is storming up the stairs, so if they're coming in on a long stairs, call it out. Max long stairs. That lets everybody know that we've got a serious problem coming in long stairs. If you own the squad Sunderer and it's taking damage, call it out. We come in with a Sunderer and we deploy it, and then the engineer never, or whoever brought it in, never says, my Sunderer is about to go down. So that your squad lead doesn't even know he needs to bring in another spawn. Call it out.
Rum,
Yes.
you're glitched. You're shooting on everybody's screen. Yep, cool. Continue.
So call it out. If you spot a weak point in what we're doing on a point hold, call it out. If you go to respawn and the beacon's gone, call it out. Tell your squad leader, we need a new beacon, the beacon's gone, because they might not notice it because we're in a fight. If you are an engineer and you can put down ammo, call it out. Like, ammo down on point. Wherever you put it, let people know where it is. If armor is pulled and gunners are requested, call it out. I can gun. Okay? And we're going to get to that I part in a second, but call it out. Use the proper channel to relay your information. So proxy chat. By default, it's the number 4 on your number pad. This is proxy chat. Proxy chat is a huge tool. If we're doing a breach and we have friendlies around us, LOTC should be the guys in proxy chat yelling, push, 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 let's go. And you can even yell, conk grenade out, even though you didn't throw one, and make them all believe you did, because they will rush in. And most guys are sitting there, you know, pat-statting. If you start yelling in proxy chat and build the momentum with your voice, people will rush the point. Use proxy chat when holding or pushing a point with non-squad members around you. Squad chat. When we're playing tight and relying on one another for information, use squad chat. Platoon chat. When spotting something that impacts everyone, like a deployed Sunderer, an incoming gal, the pop shift on the map, things that are specific. Like if you're going to say beacon, squad chat. If you're going to say Sunderer, there's no spawns around the base, platoon chat. So know when to use which squad chat. Default for platoon is number 1 on the number pad. I believe that's right. Yeah, it's number 1 on the number pad. Command channel. This video actually will have command channel in it. When trying to get assistance from the entire NC faction, we use command channel. Command channel is unlockable in the same spot as your spawn beacon. When you're squad lead, you then hear all these command channels, which are other squad leaders, and they all talk to each other. Do you have any questions about anything I've covered so far?
No.
Okay, we're almost done. Recognizing the following voice commands is also important. It keeps us clean and organized. Your squad leader will often say things like clear comms, it means no talking. Open comms, it means you're free to talk about anything. Battle comms, you're supposed to only talk about the fight. So if we're in the gal and we're flying to it, it's usually open comms, and we won't announce it. It just is. And then as we get closer to the point, your squad leader will most likely say battle comms. That means to make everything go strictly to the battle comms. If your squad leader is listening to command chat along with squad chat, and you guys are talking about different types of pizzas, he or she could yell clear comms. And it's probably because they need to either relay orders in that channel or hear orders in that channel. So you'd be like, why did he tell me to be quiet? There's nothing going on. But you don't know because there actually is a lot going on. Regroup. Regroup is a call for like spawns. So your squad leader will say everyone regroup in the spawn room. It means that the entire squad, no matter what you're doing, drop what you're doing, get into the spawn room because we're going to move out as a group to either breach or march or perform some other function where we want all 12 guys together. That's regrouping. A reset is like a nuclear option. When we do a reset, we all go back to the warp gate. We rebuild our team for our fire comp and our fire teams and our composition before we push out again for whatever base we're trying to take. So a reset is used when maybe we're disorganized or we're just not getting anything accomplished and we need to take a breather from the map, let the map kind of play out. But usually we don't go back to the warp gate. We're a pretty aggressive outfit who likes to play the front line. But when we need to, a reset might be called. A reset could be called if we want to pull maxes and build out a max fire team. There's a number of reasons why you would do a reset. And the last one is your job. Your job is to be clear and concise with the information you provide. So the way we do this is like on a point hold, we use words like contact and then X. So we use contact when we're spotting someone, where X is what we're spotting. So contact, long stairs, max. Okay, so that's tells you exactly what location of the point and what I'm seeing. Breach is used when we're being overran. So breach means there's a bunch of guys down and we're not going to be able to hold the point. Usually we call breach too late. We're already all dead. And when we start yelling breach, you want to yell it right before you're all dead. So if you see 15 guys on the map running towards, the 3 doors behind me, you want to start saying heavy contacts, gonna need help. And then once people start dying, yell breach because they're starting to flood in that section. And it tells the whole squad to adjust to that location to do suppressive fire. Wipe means everybody's dead. And then this is the most important part. I have been using the word I, and that is not the way we communicate. The way we communicate is by squad number. So Vex is my real-life son. He knows my voice, and I know his voice. But there are a lot of times when we need to know squad numbers. When I say pass beacon to me, that does nothing for him. When I say pass beacon to Alpha 1, that tells him immediately who I am and where I am in the squad. So if Vex were going to ask for beacon, he would say... If Vex were going to ask for beacon, he would say...
Toss Alpha 2 beacon.
Yeah. And we're saying Alpha 2, but when it's just a squad, you would say pass 2 beacon. But it's good to get in the habit of calling yourself out by your squad positioning. If someone says, hey, I need a squad leader for Charlie, Alpha 2. I need this or that. Or if you're like Sunderer on my death, on my location at my death, well, my doesn't work. But if you say Sunderer on my death, Alpha 2, it tells me to look for number 2 on the map and I can quickly mark it. Or Sunderer on my spot, Alpha 2. You want to use your squad number when you're referring to yourself to make it easier. So again, a bad call-out is, holy crap, there's a max. And a good call-out is, enemy max balcony. Any questions?
Makes a lot of sense, too.
Cool. So they're pretty simple. We do repeat them during live play. This video is recorded and will be available for review. We are going to be attempting to get more and more guys trained at the Novicus level. But as you play, it's part of your job to help manage the squad. A good squad isn't a good squad leader. It's a group of guys playing together who are communicating, who are being clear, who are like working together, who are running together, who are following their squad leader or their point man, which is another advanced tactic for the Praetorian Guard that we're starting up again. That's it, guys. That's the training. So let me look at this. Do you want to promote him?
Yep, I can do. Well, do you want him to play first or no?
No, you can promote him and then we'll go play.
Gotcha. And then, wait, are you all in Discord? Beck, are you in Discord? You didn't get him in a Discord.
So we'll do that right after we promote you. So promote him.
Roger.
Hey, so I have a character in Dark as well. Does this transfer over to Dark as well?
Have you
Yes.
taken Dark's training?
I hadn't. I barely started out in Dark.
Okay.
When Spec invited me, I was playing it as...
Don't worry about it. So
Then I switched...
So Dark does have a different infantry training, which is also very good. And and you're going to want to take that as well because it is different and it's much more about shooting. For us, we wanted to focus more on squad play for our Legionnaires, and then our Praetorian Guard are our shooters, which is the advanced class.
Okay.
But you will get the dark class, which I also teach over on the dark side. Yes, I said it, the dark side. Because I'm an officer, I'm a boss over there as well. We're helping Cornflakes out right now during his future deployment. We have a joint thing going on. But that's just something else in terms of the training. But it's a great part of this video just because people are going to want to know. So right now I'm just going to throw out a quick announcement. LOTC, all hail our new Novicus, latest batch of Legionnaires.
Legionnaires.